All right, so we have been looking at our poetry. We did a camping trip yesterday, and today we're going to look at the next one called Bubble Gum. All right, so you just follow along as I read it out loud. I bought a pack of bubble gum, as I do every week. Unwrapping 10 or 20 sticks, I popped them in my cheek. I started masticating. That's a fancy word for chew. The gum became a juicy gob. I took a breath and blew. I suddenly inflated, puffing up like a balloon. I was a giant bubble, big and round as a full moon. My father hit the ceiling. He was really in a stew. He hollered, "Stop, don't go," as out the door I flew. If you look, there's Dad. There he is where he's coming out the door. And let's look at this side. You can see some other characters in there looking at him up in the sky. The neighbors' eyes were popping. They dropped everything to see. I was the entertainment of the day. Forget about TV. If you like bubblegum, beware. Chew just one stick a day, or you'll become a bubble too and float up, up, away. I saw my friends below me and let loose a mighty roar. Whoosh! All my air blew out, and I was just a kid once more. And this is by Diana Kent. All right. Now, yesterday we looked at point of view. Point of view is how the person who's telling the story feels or thinks. I don't want to write in the book, so I'm going to come over and bring over what we had yesterday where I had made copies of it. I wanted to show it to you in color. And now this is where I'm going to write on it. And so the point of view is, how does the narrator feel about bubblegum? So thinking about what was going on in here, how does this person, the narrator, the one telling the poem, feel about bubblegum?
They feel like every time if you eat bubble gum a lot, you'll blow into a bubble.
Well, did this person have bubblegum a lot?
No. Yes, actually.
Yeah, because look at the very first, remember we talked about stanzas? It's a group of lines together, and then there's a space, and then there's another stanza. If we look in that first stanza, I bought a pack of bubble gum, as I do every week. So does this person like bubble gum?
Yes.
What is a clue to let you know they like bubble gum? How often do they buy it?
What you just said, that's how they like.
Every week. Yeah. So if this person didn't like bubble gum, would they be buying a pack every week?
No.
So I'm guessing it's a he. It kind of looks like a boy, doesn't it? He likes bubble gum, period. Then it says draw a text box around the text evidence. What did we say proved he probably liked bubble gum? We just said it, but I need somebody else to tell me. And I'd like to have somebody other than Danica, because I've got the other people. I know Henrik can't because he can't, his sound's not working, but I've got Neria and Kevin. What did we say proved he likes bubble gum? What did he do all the time?
Eat bubble gum?
He bought a pack. How often?
Every
week. Yes. So that, yeah, that right there proves that that person likes bubble gum. Okay. So now we're going to look at idioms. Remember idioms? So it says underline 2 idioms in the 4th stanza and then write what they mean. So let's go to the 4th one. This is the first space, second space, third one, space, fourth. So right here, we got to find 2 idioms, things that where they're using the words, but they don't mean exactly what they would think. Think about how Amelia Bedelia might think it. My father hit the ceiling. He was really in a stew. He hollered, stop, don't go, as out the door I flew. So what are 2 idioms in here that it's not really happening, but it means something else?
Her his father hit the ceiling.
Yeah, he hit the ceiling. So did the dad really get his fist and punch the ceiling and hit it?
No.
Okay. And there's one more we need to find.
He was on the stove.
Oh, that's a stew. Really in a stew.
He was
You know what a
really
stew is? A stew is like, it's where you put meat together and you got potatoes and carrots and things like that in it. Would Dad be in the stew like that, sitting in a pot?
no.
But no. So that means something else. So when it said his father hit the ceiling, what did that really mean? Like, think about that. If that boy has a giant bubble and it's big as the moon, he starts floating out the door and his dad looks, well, how's he going to be feeling?
Kind of like scared and surprised.
Yeah, surprised. So hit the ceiling means surprised. My father was really surprised. That makes sense right there. And then does it mean he was really in a stew? Let me give you an example. Let's say, like when you was a toddler, you got a hold of a Sharpie pen. They're permanent markers, and you got them and you drew all over the wall. You would be in a stew. What would it mean that if you did that? You'd be what? Not in a stew, but you'd be
in trouble because I did that before.
So he means he's in a stew. He's in trouble. If he's the dad and he sees his son getting ready to go floating out the door up in the air, does that mean that he's in trouble? Because his son's in trouble, right? So he's in trouble because the parent right there is thinking, I'm in trouble because my child's in trouble. They've got some kind of trouble going on. Okay. Now, let's look down here where it tells us to reread. How does the poet help you understand what inflated means? So we got to go and find where inflated is. And it's in right here. I suddenly inflated, puffing up like a balloon. I was a giant bubble, big and round as a full moon. What does inflated mean? Using something from that stanza that helps you know what inflated means.
Inflated means that like something is like as how like a balloon, you inflate it with air.
Yeah, that sentence right there, puffing up like a balloon. You won't know what when you puff a balloon up, what it's like, right?
Yeah.
That lets you know what inflated means right there. So I'm going to underline it and I'm going to draw an arrow. That's the context clues that author give you to help you know what that word meant. Okay. There's another word in this. Look in your second stanza. Now, I'm not too sure what it meant when I read this poem myself, because sometimes I don't know all the words there are out there, but then I use my context clues to help me. Is there any word up there that you're not too sure what it means? Or when you first saw it, you're going, whoa, what a word. I started masticating. That's a fancy word for chew. The gum became a juicy gob and I took a breath and blew. What word in there is kind of a tough word? If you knew all of them, you knew more words than I do.
Hey, you glitched. What did you say?
Oh, did I? Okay. Which one of these words in that are a word that you're not too sure what it means? I didn't even till I read this.
It's Juicy.
Juicy?
Yeah.
You know what juicy is.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Like a juicy apple. What about that first line in that stanza? I started, you know what I means?
Ooh, I
Started.
started something.
Do you know what masticating means?
No.
No,
I
that's
do.
the word. What does masticating mean?
It means it's another fancy word for chewing.
Yeah, but when I first was reading this poem and I hadn't read that line yet, I saw that word and I'm going, well, what does that mean? Did you kind of feel that way when you were at first hearing that word?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the author helped me out and going, oh, fancy word for chew. So I know that just meant like chewing your gum. So that author give you a context clue to help you understand what that word means. And like I said, I didn't even know it. And then I read the next line, fancy word for chew. Oh, I get it now. So use your context clues to help you out. Now, remember we talked about point of view, how that person feels? Now, this is looking at the point of view of the neighbors. See the neighbors down here? Okay. How do the neighbors feel about the narrator's adventure? You got some clues here, but we have to look for clues in the words of how they feel and draw a box around the text evidence. So this is the stanza about the neighbors. Let's see what it says. The neighbors' eyes were popping. They dropped everything to see. I was the entertainment of the day. Forget about TV. So how do they feel about it?
Entertaining?
They think it's entertaining. So are they excited about it? When you watch something entertaining, do you get excited about it?
Yeah.
Yes. So they are feeling excited. And so what are the clues that let you know they are excited?
They forgot about TV?
Yeah, if they're excited, well, forget about TV because that's more exciting to watch than old TV. There's something else that if you looked at them and saw them, you would know that they were exciting.
Their eyes popped out?
Yeah, their eyes were popping. And that's an idiom too, isn't it? Would their eyes literally be popping out of their head?
No.
No. But what does it mean when their eyes were popping?
They
Look at my eyes.
They
Are they looking at with their eyes about closed, or are their eyes really wide and they're going, oh.
Their eyes are really wide?
Yeah, that's what eyes were popping means. Their eyes get real wide and they just can't believe what they're seeing. Like their eyebrows go up, their eyes get real wide, and sometimes they go, oh. And it's hard to see in the distance because they couldn't make them be big, but can you tell they kind of have that look in the picture, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it says in the third stanza, there's the idiom. So there's first, second, third. We got to find an idiom in here. I saw my friends below me and let loose a mighty roar. Whoosh, all my air blew out and I was a kid once more. What's the idiom in there? Something that person did that they really wouldn't do, but something else would do it. What did the friends do?
Once more? No, no,
No,
no.
that's where he was just a kid once more. Look up there where it talks about his friends. What did the friends do?
Paul,
I saw my friends below me and let loose a mighty roar.
mighty roar.
Yeah, let loose a mighty roar. What do people roar?
Sometimes.
It sounds like they roar when they're playing, but
Yeah.
what when we think of something roaring, what do we usually think that roars?
A tiger or
A
a
tiger.
lion.
Yeah, big animals and cats. So when it says let loose a mighty roar, what did those kids do? Did they all go roar?
Probably scream.
It's like a yell or scream, isn't it? That is because that's what we need to do. What does it mean? It means either to yell or scream. Okay? So that's why we needed to do idioms before we did these poems. All right? Now, we're going to look at some of those words that was in those poems with the vocabulary we're needing to learn. So one of the words was entertainment. We did. I think we circled that, didn't we? No, we circled about forget about TV. Grandpa and Devin think playing chess is great entertainment. What do you like to do for entertainment? Does somebody want to share what do you do for entertainment?
So you're saying?
Kevin, tell me what you do for entertainment.
Oh,
Do you know what entertainment means? Need me to help you with that? Entertainment is something that you like to do for fun. So, or you enjoy doing it. So, Kevin, what is it that you like to do for fun or you enjoy doing? Now, I can't hear you, Kevin. I don't know if your sound's not working or not. Say hello and see if I hear you. All right, that's fine. Everybody just think about something that you like to do for fun and it's something you like to do for entertainment.
I know something that I like to do for fun.
Okay, what do you do for entertainment?
Sometimes I play with my baby brother or
Okay.
I draw.
Yeah, those are the things you do for entertainment.
I draw or I'll play with both my brothers.
Okay, so you kind of do the same things, don't you? For entertainment. All right. Now, our next word we're going to look at is humorous. Evan couldn't stop laughing at Nick's humorous story. First, what does humorous mean? What's another word for humorous?
Funny?
Yeah, it's another word for funny because I could say he couldn't stop laughing at Nick's funny story. So has anybody got a time when you could not stop laughing? Think of a time. There's been times when I got something happened that was so humorous, I couldn't stop laughing and I had tears rolling down my eyes. And I wasn't having them because I was crying of sadness. I was just because it was laughing so hard it made me have tears in my eyes. Has anybody ever had that happen to you before?
I have something that makes me laugh a lot.
Okay, what is it that you think is humorous?
Well, sometimes at night my dad grabs my baby brother and my brother puts his hands up and my dad goes chasing me with my baby brother and my baby brother hits me.
Oh, so he's just playing, but you all are laughing and everybody thinks it's humorous. It's doing it, right?
Yeah.
That's a good example. All right,
When
Dana,
I, when I when I laugh, my dad used to always, when he always come, it's time for bed. He used to come. He comes tuck us in, and then he tickles me and my brother, and it's funny.
so getting tickled makes it humorous for you, right?
Yep.
So now we're going to look at ridiculous. Jess wore a ridiculous clown nose and made his friends giggle. First, let's think about what is another meaning for ridiculous?
Is it like when you make a friend laugh?
It could be. So, like, Jess wore a crazy or funny clown nose. Would either one of those work in that sentence and put it in place of ridiculous?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, something that's crazy or funny. Okay.
I make funny faces, and me and Piper laughs.
Okay. So, you were making not funny faces, but what kind? What's this word?
Crazy, funny,
No,
re-
this word right here, the word we need to learn.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. You were making ridiculous faces. Okay. Now, this one came from that first poem we read yesterday. Slithered. The long, thin snake slithered across the floor. What does slithered mean?
like you slither, like a snake slither.
Yeah, but it slithers, but how does it move? What's another word we could use to mean that it slithers?
They move back and forth.
They kind of slide back and forth.
Yeah.
So slithered means slide back and forth.
Because how would a snake move if he can't slither?
Yeah. So like a way to draw it, get this so it's not, try to get the, I don't know why it's all of a sudden not in focus. There we go. So if I show you slithered, it's moving back and forth like that. Is that kind of how you draw slithered?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's all we're going to be doing out of wonders. Okay, I'm going to come back and we're going to, I'm going to share something else with you now. We're going back now to looking at our multiple meaning words, or words that mean more than one thing. So I'm going to share my new screen to you. And you're going to help me with some of these words that multiple means they mean more than one thing. Uh-oh, wrong thing. Hold on. Yeah. Are y'all seeing this from, or it looks like my computer now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know what happened a while ago when I changed. So we're going to be looking at multiple meanings. Here we have the word letters. And it can mean more than one thing. It can talk about letters of the, what do you say these are? T, L, B, A, B, C. These are letters of the
Card?
no. If I
Alphabet.
say alphabet. Yeah. Letters of the alphabet. But then we also have letters like this. What is it? What's the meaning of letters like this?
There are notes for like pretend you send me a note and I read it.
And then you send it in the mail, right?
Yeah.
And put a
Yeah.
stamp on it. Those are letters like where you put write something on paper like a note and put it in an envelope and mail it to somebody. Those are that's kind of letters. So letters can mean like letters of the alphabet, and it can mean like a note you send in an envelope and the mailman takes it to somebody's house. Okay, here we have rulers. What kind of rulers is this one?
Skull rollers.
These rulers you use to measure things.
Measure.
What about these rulers over here?
Bossy.
Like the people who were in charge, right?
Yeah.
like a king and a queen. They're the rulers. They are the, like you say, the boss, but the ones who make the decisions, the ones that live in the castle.
The queen is bossy, really bossy.
So here's two reasons, two definitions, two ways to look at the word rulers. Now look at this. Here we have spring. What's the meaning of spring right here?
Where like your bed.
Yeah, your bed, your,
Bounce.
and you have springs if you've been on a trampoline. Just
Yeah.
that springs are sideways. They go in and out. So that's that kind of spring. But what about this spring right here?
That's when like leaves and spring or
What would
summer.
you call spring right here? It's a what?
Hot.
Spring, summer, winter, fall are all what?
Warm.
No,
Mhm.
winter's not warm. They are what of the year? Spring is one of the
7
seasons.
seasons.
Mm-hmm. I know even another meaning of spring. A lot of people that live in like big cities don't know it, but we do. You ever heard of people getting their water that goes to their house? Where does it come from?
Yeah.
A spring.
Mhm.
So there's even another meaning of spring. So multiple means it doesn't mean even more than that. Here we have another word, roll. What kind of thing, what do you think this means of a roll, this picture?
Roll.
Well, give me the definition of roll for this picture.
Dough.
Yeah, like bread. It's a type of bread that you eat, isn't it? Okay. What about this meaning of roll?
Toilet paper or napkin.
Yeah, like something that's rolled, a roll of paper towels, a roll of toilet paper. Also, I know a third meaning for roll. I bet you learned this when you were in first grade when you were doing your fire safety. If you were ever in a fire, what is
Stop, drop, and roll.
stop, drop, and roll? And you all know what roll means, to roll over and over. So there's even a third meaning for that word too.
But when there's like a tornado, I guess it is, or somebody's trying to come in, you have to move your chair and get under the table.
Yeah, but roll's not in that part of it. We're looking at where you use the word roll right now, aren't we?
Well, we haven't done the fire drill. We have not did the stop, drop, and roll yet.
No, we don't usually do that at school. What we do whenever there's a fire drill, our job is to get out of the building, and that's what we practice to do.
But what if there was like a fire in one room and there was
We would probably have to do that stop, drop, and roll. That's why we learn it. Okay, but we don't really do a drill for it. All right, here's our next word, watch. What's this first meaning of watch right here?
time.
Like an instrument that helps tell you what time it is. But what does this meaning of watch right here?
Watch TV.
Like you're using it with your eyes and looking, okay? Hey, Danica, you need to put yourself on mute unless you're answering, okay? Not keeping it on the whole time. Now here's the word box. Kevin, tell me what this is, the meaning. A box is a what? For the meaning of box. Is your sound working yet, Kevin? Doesn't sound like it. That's okay. What about you, Nuria? What is this? How would you explain this to be the meaning of box? It's like a what?
It's like a package.
Yeah, it's a container made out of cardboard that you put something in. Right? That's that meaning of box. All right. Now, Danica, tell me what the meaning of box is on this one.
Where you box, like fighting.
Yes, a type of fighting where they put on those gloves. Yeah, it's a type of a sport called box. So those are different meanings of box. Here is the word wave. Nuria, what is this meaning of wave? Can you explain what wave means right here?
It's like when you go to a beach, you see a lot of waves.
Yeah, the water comes up and crashes down, and another one comes in. Just coming over and over. That's a wave. But what about this meaning of wave right here, Danica? What does that mean? That has nothing to do with water at the beach.
Like you wave to someone.
Like you use your hand, moving it back and forth. Yep, those can mean two different things. Here is the word bowl. So, Nuria, what does bowl mean with this picture right here?
Like you make a mix, like a type of mix in a bowl.
Yeah, you use it's a container to hold things in, isn't it? We're talking about containers. Now, Danica, what does this meaning of bowl mean right here?
You go to a bowling alley and you bowl.
You play, is it a type of game?
Kind of.
Yeah, it is. It's a game, you know, where you keep score.
Oh, yeah.
The best score is the winner, so it is a type of a game. The ball right here is a game using it's a very heavy ball. Isn't it?
Mhm.
You
It's
would not
really
drop
heavy.
it on your toe. No way. All right. So let me stop share on this one. One more thing I want to show you. Let me get this to go away so I can get where I need to.
I beat my dad at a bowling alley game.
Mhm. All right, so I'm going to share, and I'm going to share with you my email. Do you see my email?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sending it just to you all, and I'm not sending it yet, but because I want to show to you what it's going to say. It's going to say ELA exit ticket. ELA stands for English Language Arts, and that's like looking at reading and words. So we're going to have an exit ticket with this. So you need to finish this while you're still in this Zoom with me. And when you're done with it in Zoom, you will send me a text message in chat to say I'm finished with it. And then I can let you leave, okay? So this is something new. So I'm going to send it and I want you to watch me go through it. Do you see where I'm sending it to myself too? I'm going to act like I'm a student so you can see what it looks like. All right, so here I'm going to go up to my inbox and there I have it. So you click on Boom Cards right here, and here in a minute, I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to give you your information because you have to have your student name and number. Okay?
I'm almost done with my work. I only have to do this and then the teacher's lesson. I'm almost done with the math.
Okay. All right, so when you come to this page, are you a student, are you a teacher, are you a maker?
It says press student, so student.
Yep, you're going to do students. Now, up here, you're going to sign in with Boom. These are called Boom cards. I did them before Christmas with my second graders, and they liked them. Now, here's where you have to have your username. And when we come back, I'm going to give everybody their username because I don't want to share it with them. Yeah, put it in an email. So I'm going to give it to you. My username is ROBIN-492. They do your first name and then give you a strange number afterwards. Then you click next, and everybody's password is capital ASHE 2020. Okay? Now let me finish this, Dan. I'm showing you this, okay? No questions at the moment. So now you come down and you will see this is your assignment, Dex assigned. And it says file into multiple meaning words freebie. So you click on that and it looks like this. And you read this. If you have trouble, you have a little thing up here and you click on it. It keeps sounds on. If you don't want sounds, you turn them off. I'm going to keep them on. I wasn't careful and I got a blank on my knee, a cut. Does cut in this sentence mean this cut or this cut? You all help me with this one.
Kid.
The one with the kid?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it correct. That blank ate grass in the yard. Kid. Is it this kind of kid or this kid that eats grass in the yard?
The
That's a
the
goat.
lamb?
That's a
The-
goat. Baby, do you know that baby goats are called kids?
No.
Now you know that there's more than one meaning. Okay? So you finish the whole thing. It'll let you know when it's done, okay? I'm just going to stop it because I just wanted to show it to you. So I'm going to stop. All right, okay. It's just us, so we'll stop recording.